It now gives me great pleasure to introduce our musical performance. A performer who knows the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. personally. He's here this morning to perform an original musical piece. Please welcome Grammy-nominated saxophonist Leo Casinos.
You know, it's such an honor to be here today. And, you know, I was thinking and I was hearing and seeing the presentations, you know, going back in time in my life. I met Reverend King, I guess the first time I was about maybe 8 or 9 years old in my hometown of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And thinking back, I remember how small he was. I guess he was just about 5'7", 5'7" and a half. But he had a voice of a giant. You know, he sounded like he was 8 feet tall. And how Dr. Nathan alluded to earlier about nonviolence, I had a personal experience with Reverend King. It was in the year 1966, and he had led a protest against Alcoa Aluminum, their headquarters, because, you know, they didn't hire, you know, any blacks. I don't even think they even had black janitors. So I remember marching around the building, singing "We Shall Overcome" and the Negro National Anthem. When a rain of spit just came, you know, employees opened up the windows, and this was in the north in Pennsylvania, and a rain of spit just came down on us. And it was a lot of my high school mates that was there, and so, you know, being young, being a teenager, we wanted to go back into the building and start, you know how that goes. And I remember Reverend King, you know, pleading with us not to go in the building, almost to the point of crying. You see, because in 1966, 67, 68, Reverend King's popularity in the black community was on the wane, because that's when the Black Power movement and everything came in. And so I could remember looking in his face and just seeing such sorrow, you know, and almost tears. And I remember as being a teenager amongst my friends, you know, and how, you know, we, you know, called him names, you know, Uncle Tom. And when I knew him, you know, ever since I was a child, you know, for years. And I remember going away from that demonstration, you know, and how bad I felt. And about a year later, I remember coming home from school, and I heard that Reverend King had been assassinated. And then I wish, you know, at that moment that I took my words back, how a man that would preach nonviolence could be killed in such a cowardly way. How we've lost so many great leaders by cowardly acts. And I was just thinking, what would Reverend King say now? What would he be doing now? One facet of Reverend King that's really not been brought out much is Reverend King was opposed to war, any war. Vietnam was raging at the time. And I think if Reverend King was alive today, he would say there's too much hate in this world. The world is in one of the most dangerous times in the history of mankind, where there's war, rumors of war all over the globe, where one religious group hates another religious group, and we cannot continue as mankind on the path that we're going. And I could see Reverend King leading demonstrations against the war in Afghanistan, in Iraq, and the hatreds that's built up against, you know, them, and the hatred that they feel toward us. And I could see Reverend King going to meet face to face with bin Laden. So the question I gotta ask, that I ask myself and I ask each of you, where are the peacemakers? Where are the voices for peace? Where are the voices for love? When was the last time you ever heard a politician mention the word love? Ladies and gentlemen, we are in dangerous times. And unless we wake up, there'll be no winner, and we'll all lose. I was going to do an original selection, but on the way out here, on my latest CD, I did a CD of Michael Jackson's songs. I thought he was one of the greatest artists and performers in our time. And I think this is appropriate for this day and age. And it's what we can do. It's a little tune called Man in the Mirror.
It's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference. See the kids in the street, who are afraid to be blind, pretending to see
I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No matter the thought couldn't be clear. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. Wow, na na na. At the man in the mirror, I'm asking him to change his ways. No matter the thought couldn't be clear. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. Asking him to change his ways. No matter the thought couldn't be clear. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. Gonna make that change. I'm gonna be a better man tomorrow than I am today. I'm gonna learn to love people in faraway lands that I don't even know about. I'm gonna love in Pakistan. I'm gonna love in India. I'm gonna love in Africa. I'm gonna love in Russia. I'm gonna love